Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Fridays with Farhan. I'm really sorry for that background noise. I think it's like some heater thing going on. I am here at this thing. I don't know if you can see everything, but I am right now sitting on this guy right here. Very close to Union Station. I just dropped off my friend. We're gonna do a bunch of questions. I have all your questions here. Picked about, I think, 8 of them. And yeah, Lala just sent them to me and I'm gonna make the video right now. Once again, I apologize if there's some background noise, but this is the best I can do. I'm sitting here in the middle of this square. A lot of people are, having their lunch, they're having meetings. Once again, check it out. It's this. This is the background, some buildings. Here you can see some buildings. There's the sun. There it is. I don't know if you saw that really well, but that's what's happening right now in Toronto for me. And last time I mentioned a little bit about how we're trying to create something which will get people who are stuck in phase 1 out of phase 1 and into phase 2. And I mentioned things like this product will be specially for serious people, people who want to take action, people who don't want to be stuck anymore, right? Because a lot of us, we're always stuck in those same mindsets, those same questions that we have over and over and over. And I'm going to address some of those questions here today with Fridays with Farhan. It's all about standing on the shoulders of giants, right? So over my last 4 years and 4 years plus now, 4 years and 2 months, I've done a lot of soul searching, all the RSD stuff, the Elliott Hull stuff, the Doc Testosterone stuff, the entrepreneurship, the social media, a lot of stuff, sitting on this thing, a lot of interesting, weird things. And we want to make sure that the insights I've gained, not just from my experience, but also from learning from my mentors, helps you get past phase 1 and into phase 2. So we have the product now. We've created it. It's ready to go. Check your email in the coming days for instructions on how to get that product. Okay, it's dirt cheap. We've made it very cheap because what we realize is, this is not about making money. It's about getting everyone past phase 1. Because if some people are left stuck, if you're left stuck and you're a serious person, then it's sad. And you're gonna be stuck in phase 1 for years, right? The same questions about these little things and the ability to make the right decisions in order to do phase 1 stuff. So let's say you're stuck on weight loss, you're stuck on testosterone, you're stuck on dating, you're stuck on standing up to your parents, you're stuck on things like just like very basic stuff, right, that we talk about in phase 1, pornography addiction, sugar addiction, not knowing what to eat. You're stuck on all that. In order for you to make the decision to not be stuck, that's what phase 2 is. And so we want to make sure everyone is unstuck and ready to go, and we've come out with the fastest way for you to get unstuck. It's going to be offered for a limited time. So make sure that when you check your email, check it frequently. We're sending you emails every day now, very regularly. So check that and get that product ASAP. Let's see. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, we just want to get everyone up to speed, and it's a limited time offer, right? So we're not going to just have the product. We want to get this phase 1 thing very, very finished ASAP. So it's going to be offered for a limited time. Get it, and you'll be on your way, and very fast. Let's go to the questions. Number 1, by Abi Malik. By the way, thank you for submitting your questions, all you guys, these 8 guys here, and also for everyone else who's going to submit questions for Fridays with Farhan episode 3, which will be next Friday. So first one, how can a person of average intelligence become an extraordinary genius person? Okay, so first and foremost, intelligence is something that you have to first define. So what is intelligence? To me, so there's a difference, first of all, between intelligence and consciousness, right? A lot of people are very conscious of themselves, their bodies, their minds, their soul. And that is genius sometimes, right? So you look at a lot of artists that are in their body, right? You look at a guy like, I don't know, even look at Drake, Jay-Z. You look at famous painters, right? You call them geniuses, but geniuses how, right? So define that, right? Intelligence, so is it visual intelligence? Is it intelligence of memorization? I remember my friend Mustafa, who is a professor now at Rice University. He did his postdoc at MIT. He did his graduate program, his PhD in physics at Stanford. And we did all our physics classes together in undergrad. And he always told me, Farhan, everyone at, we went to the University of Texas together. You know, he was in the physics department, I was in the computer science department. He's like, Farhan, everyone thinks I'm a fucking genius. But you know what? I work harder than everyone. And he did. He was always writing his equations on the board. He was always grinding it out, you know, working like 18-hour days. He had to be the top of his class to get out of India and get a full scholarship to the University of Texas where we studied. So what I want you to do is first define intelligence and then define what a genius is. Because what you think of as genius, a lot of people just got there by working hard. Look at a guy like me. Look at the risks I've taken. Look at the decisions I've made to get out of my comfort zone, to structure my physical environment in a way that makes me a genius. If you think I am a genius, I don't think I'm a genius. I don't think I am a very intelligent person. I think I'm just someone who's really progressing and growing. So if you look at me from 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I'm a different person. And the way I would identify or define intelligence is a person's ability to survive in the world, right? So think about it. Let's say I put you in a forest and you don't know how to identify which plants are edible and which plants are poisonous. Well, you're gonna die. Even if you have a PhD in physics, a PhD in math, a PhD in neuroscience, you're gonna die. So would I take like a caveman as more intelligent than you? Yes. So my answer to your question, my long ass fucking rant, is that intelligence is very much defined by condition, by situation. It's a situational intelligence. No one is intelligent like overall. You know what I mean? Like Albert Einstein was intelligent in physics, in math, in cosmology, but he was not intelligent in relationships. He had some terrible fucking relationships. I would take RSD Tyler or anyone like that over Einstein when it comes to like dating and things like that. Even though Einstein was like a womanizer type guy, when it came to keeping love, understanding people, having that empathy for a woman, it wasn't him. So he was stupid in that scenario. So this is what I would welcome you to do. I think I kind of understand your question. Sit down and really define intelligence for you. And then sit down and really define what genius is for you. And then, even more important, define what is an average person to you. What is average intelligence to you, and why do you think you have average intelligence? Okay? I have friends who've been in mental institutes. They have Asperger's syndrome, and they've been in mental institutes because everyone thought they were mentally fucking retarded. But they're geniuses. Okay? So take a look at why you think of yourself as average, why you think society is looking at you as average. Maybe your parents are looking at you as average. And then come back with your real question next week. Okay? Let's move on. Question number 2 is by Tilea Mills. Hi, Tilea. We need more girls, so tell your friends to join. Great video. Would be interested to know how veganism affects the process of building muscle. Intense training. Thanks. I'll tell you from my perspective. I don't want to get into all the science because that's phase 1 stuff. If you want to understand a lot of the science, go look at other videos about strength training that I've made. I'll go into a little bit here. So I train very intensely 3 days a week. So 3 days a week, I do about an hour to an hour of 15 minutes of intense training. So this is strength training, this is Pilates. Every day I dance an average of 4 hours. So that's also pretty intense in terms of hip movement, in terms of posterior chain mobility, and a lot of movement type stuff I do during the week. I would say that's pretty intense, and I'm good, right? So that's one. The second thing is when it comes to muscle building and things like that, for me, I've lost both muscle and fat, I would say, because it is very, I wouldn't say like muscle, I would say I've lost weight and I've lost protein from my body and a lot of fat from my body, right? So if you lose protein, I don't even know if that's the right way to say it. It's very nuanced, right? Because like certain types of protein help you build muscle, but other types of protein, they cause like plaques, sorry about that. They cause plaques in your brain, right? Like Alzheimer's disease, there's a protein called tau protein, T-A-U, sorry. And that is one of the factors, one of the risk factors of Alzheimer's disease, and it's a protein. So if you're getting rid of that from your body, that's a good thing, right? So you have to think about that as well. What I would recommend you do is look at Zach's YouTube channel. That's it, Zach. D-A-T-S-I-T-Z-A-C-K. That's it, Zach. Yeah, look at his YouTube channel. He is a massive strength intensity guy, and he's vegan. So he's gonna answer your question way better than I can, and also tell him Farhan sent you. Okay, props to Zach. He trains 3 times a day, and he just won the Quebec championship in kickboxing or jiu-jitsu or something. I saw it. Somebody sent me an email or a text or something. But go check out his channel. He'll answer you better. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not like training crazy intensity, but I would say my veganism helps me. I'm very light. You know, I can do like 12 pull-ups. I used to be able to do only 8 when I was at strength camp, so that is pretty good. Yeah, I do really hardcore stuff, I would say, for myself. And when I was eating meat, I was doing about the same or a little bit less. So I would say my intensity now is much more than it was at strength camp, okay? So that's my answer to you. I'm sorry I didn't include too much science because I don't think it's necessary for this case. Now, if you want more science, then go look at Zach's stuff. He's doing a lot of that. Next question. Ryan Schwam. Has your position on saturated fats changed? Again, there's a lot of different types of saturated fats. Which fats are you talking about? I think this question is also something that's not really relevant, okay? So let's say that my position on saturated fat has changed. So what? Are you trying to prove a point? If you are, then think to yourself, why? Doesn't really matter. It's like, okay, saturated fat. There's studies, 50 years ago about saturated fat. There's studies now. There's gonna be more studies in the next 50 years. Science keeps changing, man. I don't fucking know. Like, don't worry about it. That's what I would say. Focus on listening to your body and do that. Next question by Julian Hiam. Thanks for answering my questions, Farhan. With your science background and interest in spirituality, what do you think affects human behavior more? Spirit or science, and why? All the best for your 10-day fast. Thank you for your motivation. I only did 3 days. I felt quite weak, so I had to eat after 3 days. Hopefully I'll do more. Right now I'm on to about 24 hours at the moment fast. And I did a 40-day fast 2 days ago. So I'm doing pretty good, like my bloating's gone. Look at this. Like, fucking look at this, man. Right? I don't know if you can see it, but it's pretty good. A lot of hair there. But yeah, my bloating's gone. I feel good. It's pretty good. It's like I'm feeling good. I'm very light. I weighed myself today. I was like 165 pounds, which is pretty good. No, it was 162. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like being light. I really like being mobile and stuff like that. Now, spirit or science? I would say that spirit by fucking far. Why? Because spirit is about telling stories, right? So Harari has this entire thing about how the religions, which have been, you know, being preached and taught for thousands of years, are like virtual reality, right? So he's like, yeah, you know, virtual reality is not something new. You know, we've had it for thousands of years. It's called religion. So I would say spirit or spirituality and things like religion, if you want to compare the two, you don't have to. Spirituality is not really the same as religion. They're two different things. But I would say that spirit, like by 10-fold, 100-fold, 1,000-fold, because spirituality and things that have to do with the body, things that have to do with consciousness, with you know, like gods or praise or love. It's all about stories, right? So you can tell stories about history of the world, about how certain events happen to you or to your leaders or to your gods or to saints. All of that is like spirit, right? Like animal spirits and myths, right? Like things that have gone into people and possessed them. All this spirituality type stuff. And things like higher dimensions. And, you know, the 10 intellects of Nasir Khusrau, which is this Persian poet and philosopher that I've read about. This is all about stories, and our brains love stories. And so I would say that spirit. That's my answer. And go read Sapiens, Harari. Go read that guy. My God, it's so good. Let's move on. Next question is by Rohit Jaswal. How do I prove a flat earthier wrong? And how can I make my YouTube channel more popular? Wow, cool question. Why would you want to prove a flat earthier wrong? That's so interesting. Like, get to know that guy or girl and say, hey girl, that's so cool that you believe the earth is flat. That's fascinating. And then like become their friend. Guess, I mean, you can probably learn so much from people like that. Like people with those types of beliefs. It's so interesting, right? Because a person like that, it's like Scientology or something, right? Like you believe in something so absurd. Maybe you can get some insights from that person. Maybe that person is so not into the reality of the world that you can use their mentality and their tricks to doing NLP on yourself, to like get yourself out of a situation and like think something to yourself that actually improves your life. That's what I would say, man. Super interesting. No, dude, don't give a fuck about people like that. Go read Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, please. My God. Or go read, I think I just made a video about this entire topic, so go watch that YouTube video. Or it's gonna come out in the future. I think it's called something about making decisions and how to minimize or some shit like that. I don't know. Anyway, oh, YouTube channel, how to make it more popular. Dude, post 2 videos a day. Volume, I would say offense. Offense. Do you have 500 videos on your YouTube channel? If the answer is no, why not? If you've had your YouTube channel for a year, you should at least have 365 videos, or 364 and a quarter, if you count the leap year, videos, right? If you don't, then your offense is not there. Dude, YouTube's a hard game to win, man. I had to grind my ass. I'm making like 2-3 videos a day. Still, I had to grind. This is not easy. That's what I would say, 1. 2, really talk about what you give a shit about. Like really talk about what you care about. Express yourself, like all in, right? Like look at Spenny, right? Spenny O'Gallagher, which is an amazing girl. She's one of our sisters. She's on this channel as well. She's on this group, this channel, and you know she's not by what I mean by this channel. Like she's on our Facebook group, Biggest Balls in the Game, Balls with a Z. Go add your ass if you're not on it, but I'm sure you're on it because you're listening to this video. She talks from the heart. She made an RSD video recently. I'm gonna talk about that in another video. and address people who are commenting to her video, and my deep thoughts and my authentic thoughts about RSD, and about her thoughts on RSD, and about what someone commented to her. And I'm going to talk about all that very soon. And you're going to get a lot of videos from me which are very, very authentic, all in, no fucks given about RSD and about anything else you want to hear about. Because, bro, I'm ready to open up. I don't give a fuck. I'm ready to have closure. I'm ready to really, really give insights about what I know from the inside. Okay? Yeah. So be in your heart, be in your body, and really, really like go to zone, man. Go to fucking zone. Speak from your heart when you make your YouTube videos. That's how you're gonna grow your YouTube channel, I think. All right, next. Brakchit Bonet. Busnet. Hey man, क्या बोलता है ओए? क्या बोल रहा है तू? Delhi से के Mumbai से? What are the benefits you got from meditating? What kind of meditation do you do? Relaxation, solitude, right? Solitude helps you do conversation. This is a Thoreau theory. Henry David Thoreau, the guy who, like the Walden Pond guy. Emerson, Ralph Waldo Emerson was his mentor. Really great relationship. He used to go in a cottage, live there, be in solitude, meditation. And then he could really do good conversations with people. He could do amazing art. So it's helped my creativity. It's helped my art. It helps my fucking expression, man. I keep doing that, like fucking, it's helped my washboard abs. No, I'm just kidding. It's helped me keep peace of mind. It's helped me really get into what I want to do in life. Focus, really, really, really have soul in the game. What type of meditation do I do? Lots. Sometimes I sit there and do nothing and I just breathe and just feel my breath right here under my nostrils. Sometimes I breathe into my belly and I feel the breath going into my balls, going into my pelvic floor. Sometimes I do Vipassana. I find it really hard to feel like sensations all over my body. Sometimes I do nothing. Like I don't even focus on breathing. I like literally sit there and that's it. I do nothing. Brian's I'm sorry, my handwriting is so bad. Split off. Sorry if I mispronounce it. Why is grass-fed butter good for you? It's better. Is butter all saturated fat? I don't eat grass-fed butter, obviously. I'm vegan now. I don't eat any dairy. Why is grass-fed butter good for you? Obviously because it's from grass-fed cows. So normal cows get a lot of antibiotics. I mean, honestly, dude, I don't even believe in grass-fed shit anymore. Not really. I think it's better than normal conventional stuff, but I don't really believe in it because there's this thing that I read that in order for you to get the grass-fed label, you have to have your cows in the field eating grass for like a certain percentage of time, but they can be kept inside, like away from sunlight the rest of the time. So some assholes who want to get the grass-fed label might put their cows, speaking of which, just to get that label and not really satisfy the health, the authenticity of it, right? They're just asshole marketing people. So that's my take on it. Is butter all saturated fat? Yeah, there's a lot of saturated fat in butter. But again, there's like different types of saturated fat, so you have to think about all that. And I would say that if you have to eat butter, eat grass-fed 100%. And I think it's called Kerrygold. Yeah, Kerrygold. They're good. Yeah, I'm not saying become vegan. Like, do what you want to do, man. Like, there's no cult here. Is it okay to eat raw eggs from supermarket, even if they're free range? Also, why is cholesterol from like 6 eggs a day bad? Why is it okay to eat raw? I've done raw eggs. At Strength Camp, I did raw eggs in the morning, 2 a day, free range. Good or bad, I don't know. Try it, see what your body says. I mean, sometimes some people's bodies are very sensitive to raw things like raw eggs. For sure, make sure it's free range. I think 6 eggs is a lot a day, in my opinion. Of course, eggs have a lot of saturated fat, a lot of cholesterol. I don't eat eggs anymore, obviously. It's been almost 4 months now. I would say 6 eggs is a lot, honestly. If you have to eat eggs, do 2 a day. I think you'll be okay with that if you really want to get those good fats in with the yolk. I still believe eggs are good. You know, I'm not gonna like say eggs are bad. I'm not gonna say that because I'm just because I'm vegan doesn't mean I'm gonna say, hey, eggs are bad. No, if you have to eat eggs with the yolk. From what I've read, all the books I've read about saturated fats, there's good saturated fats that are good for you. I'm still gonna stand with that because that's what I read, and that's what I believe, and that's what worked for me when I was eating meat and eggs and dairy. I just choose not to do it now. Okay, that's Fridays with Farhan, episode 2. I fucking love this stuff. Again, this is Toronto. Oh, that was like really dark. Yeah, so these are the buildings behind me. And yeah, man, check it out, right? If you can see everything, but giving you like a really nice thing here. My God, look how beautiful that back stuff is. And this is the thing I'm on, all the different animals. Sitting on one now. This is Farhan. Thanks for listening. I'll see you soon. I'll see you in episode 3. Fridays with Farhan. Keep it coming. You know, thumbs up if you liked it. Comment below. Tell me your thoughts, your feelings. Stick from the heart, man. Be in your body. Fuck. And yeah, love you guys. Love you girls. And more girls to this channel. You know, come on. We want to get into decision-making, phase 2 stuff ASAP, and we're already producing videos about phase 2 and future phase 3. All right, so you want to get unstuck, look for that email, and yeah, we're gonna continue to stand on the shoulders of giants and create great stuff. See ya, and enjoy your day.